What's up, everybody? Double C 128 here, back with another Eminence in Shadow RPG video. I'm super hyped today because they dropped Mundane Man, new unit in the game, and he looks very interesting when I first looked over his kit. He looks like he might have the potential to do the most damage in the game right now. So real quick, make sure you guys are logging in for the next 10 days because the reward track is absolutely stacked. 3,000 gems and then a 10 pull on day 2, so I at least get 2 days because, yeah, that's 2 10 pulls right there. Want to be saving up. Shadowfest is coming next week. Definitely get those gems. And on to Mundane Man. These are his stats right here. All these are pretty average, honestly. And then this is his position. So he's going to be to the back middle. For anybody that doesn't know, like, healers usually have around 400 positioning and they are towards the back. So he's like 315. That's towards the back, but also towards the middle. So he's going to be back mid. And his ult cancels slow effect on self, raises damage inflicted by 150% for 20 seconds. I can't even begin to imagine how big this buff is. This buff is absolutely massive. It's the single biggest buff we've seen in the game so far. And he is going to be hitting like an absolute truck coon isekai master when he gets this off. So this is the big deal. This is why I see a lot of potential in this unit, because of this 150% self buff. And then let's go over the rest of his kit. Inflicts 100% damage on all enemies. Further cancels 1 attack buff and 1 damage inflicted buff that the enemy might have. So this is kind of a low multiplier, 100%. But that's okay, because when you're getting it off while he has his buff up, it's going to be doing a lot of damage, and it's all AoE damage. And also, both of these skills, or both of these utility effects, are really nice in boss battles, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if the next event requires the next boss type requires removing some of his attack buffs. Like, the next boss will probably buff itself multiple times, and like, unless you're removing the stacks, like, you can't survive, something like that. That's what I'm thinking, at least. That way they can showcase the new characters. Second skill raises own evasion by 50%. Good. Now, special ability at start of wave inflicts slow on self for 60 seconds and recovers SP by 450. So it's about half of the bar. So right off the bat, he will start each wave with half of his ult charge, which is huge. Absolutely massive. Combined with his massive burst damage potential, like, I really do see a lot of ways that this unit can just start going out of control. And I made a couple like mock teams that you could put him in. I'll show that later. Let's just finish going over the skills first, so you guys can kind of understand how I think he's going to work and what teams I think he's going to be good in, like how he's going to shine the best. So start of wave increases own SP by 450. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, I'm always talking about how good the Shadowfest Gamma is, because she does something very similar where she starts every wave off by raising her SP by like 500. And she is busted. She's ulting 3 times per round if you're doing like a wave story round. she can ult each wave. That's how good this SP gain is. Now, the thing that I'm scared of, and it's obviously will hold him back, is this slow. Without seeing him in play yet, because I don't have him, I literally rolled 60 pulls and I wasn't able to get him. I got 2 blue tank alphas and 2 red Zeta DPS, which is kind of crazy, but I wasn't able to get Mundane Man, which I don't know. Like, this unit is really good, so I do want to get one. Another thing that makes him really good is he seems, his base kit without any awakenings is perfectly fine. I don't think he needs awakenings to pop off. He's not that kind of unit. One copy of him and he can go ham. So all right, so what I was saying, sorry, I went on a little tangent there because I'm a little upset that I don't have him, but when he inflicts this slow on himself, we have to see how like bad this is for A, his SP gain to get the rest of his bar, and B, like him actually attacking, him applying those attack and damage debuff ability. Like, if the slow is really bad and he's barely attacking at all, this could be a big deal, and like he might not really, it might make him literally unplayable. That's just what I mean. Like, I don't know how bad the slow effect is and how it will interact with how he plays. Like, will he just be literally standing there for entire waves until he gets his ult? I'm not really sure yet. So if you guys know, if you guys got him, I would love to hear about it. If you like using him or not. Let's go into the teams that I think he will be best for. So he's going to be the star of pretty much any team that you put him on because of that burst damage potential. So we kind of want to be building the team around him. So this is the team I would show off that like we're building around Mundane Man. Something like this. So he was a little weak or a little fragile, whatever the word is. So let's go with a Sid tank here because it raises green. Then we're going to go with a buffer unit like Epsilon. So she's raising attack of all allies by 40% for 10 seconds. So this is one of the most busted ults in the game, and it's a 40% raise. Mundane Man is raising him by 150%. Guys, he is going to be nuking, absolutely nuking out there. Mundane Man is crazy. I can't believe they put that kind of multiplier on an ult, honestly. So this is the kind of team that I think you should want to run with him. So another buffer to multiply it even further, and then a unit that has a lower defense. So something like 20% defense reduction. If you can get both of those ults off before you use Mundane Man's ult, like you could probably do 2 million damage. I don't know. I don't really know like what it goes up to in this game, but like it would be a crazy amount of damage. And then thirdly, this Gamma unit is like almost for right now, I think it's going to be mandatory to run her with Mundane Man because of the amount of SP that she gives 100 SP to all the units, and she can also raise SP rate during the combo effects, so she can really get his ult online even faster. So something like this would be ideal team for Mundane Man. Or if you have the yellow Shadowfest Alpha, she raises attack speed. So that might also be like kind of necessary to be running. And then you wouldn't have to run this Epsilon because that Shadowfest Alpha I believe buffs attack for everybody and raises attack speed. So like she would be a perfect unit to run with Mundane Man. Oh, and something I didn't mention for Mundane Man, he is not color locked at all. Nothing about his kit says he needs to be run in green color or this color or that. Nothing about his kit is color locked. You can run him on any team and he will be good. But for right now, I'm not sure how much the slow effect will hinder his performance. So I don't want to just recommend you running him out there just yet. So I do think you should be running like a gamma or another type of SP generator for him. That way he's in his ult form like most of the time. And then this would be the standard green team that you would run. And then Mundane Man would just slot in right here. Shall we move over? But like I was saying, I don't think this team has enough utility to support Mundane Man. And that's just because nobody... It's pretty... They all do kind of pretty standard things. You know, this Sherry healer, like... She heals very well, but she doesn't provide any utility. And with how tanky this Sid is, I would much rather have utility. So what I'm thinking / hoping is that the new Shadowfest Delta unit that's coming out is going to either raise attack speed or raise SP. I think it would make a ton of sense if the new Shadowfest unit did either of those abilities, raise SP or raise attack speed, or honestly did both of those abilities. I could definitely see that being a realistic thing, and then the green team would be insane. Then you could drop either one of these two you would have Shadowfest Delta, and then you'd have Mundane Man, and the green team would be absolutely insane. But as it goes right now, I don't think there's enough utility support in just the mono green team. Obviously, he wouldn't be bad, but he would really shine in a team like this, where you're debuffing the boss, buffing yourself, getting the SP going really fast. Like this is like a boss clearing team, like, you know, good for those kinds of stages or like event type stuff. So this is just my early thoughts. Right when I saw him, I think he has a lot of potential. And if you did get him, let me know how you like him in the comments, and let me know what team you're running him on. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Really looking forward to Shadowfest.